I want to give a shout out to Emmy, one of our mods in the chat, for sending this topic my way. And it's in relation to a lot of the conversations we've been having about, these ridiculous claims from the right talking about, Haitian migrants eating people's pets in Springfield, Ohio. And it's gotten so bad that, as we covered in a previous segment, bomb threats and like shooting threats and stuff like that are starting to happen in that community. And now we're getting a statement from Ohio's Republican governor who is just tired of this. And we're going to take a look at this article here. It says Ohio's Republican governor is fed up with the lies about pet eating in Springfield. This discussion just has to stop. So you even have a Republican governor looking at these statements being made by Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and a lot of the conservative commentators who are in support of Donald Trump and, MAGA voters and stuff like that. And they're just like, look, this is nonsense and it needs to stop now. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine denounces baseless rumors about Haitian immigrants eating pets. DeWine emphasized that the claims were false and called for the discussion to stop. This is the interesting part. However, he repeatedly refused to blame Donald Trump or J.D. Vance for spreading the falsehoods. So he's obviously against these statements, but I guess he doesn't want to push too hard against the frontrunners for the party. So they won't finger the blame on Donald Trump and J.D. Vance for this, even though, let's be honest, they are to blame for this. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, a Republican, denounced the baseless rumors about Haitian immigrants eating pets in Springfield on Sunday, labeling the claims as garbage during an interview. This discussion has to stop, he said while appearing on ABC's This Week. Although DeWine called for an end of the spreading of false claims, he repeatedly avoided directly criticizing former President Donald Trump and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance for their role. Trump first amplified the false accusation during last week's presidential debate and has since repeated it, even calling for mass deportations from Springfield. That's the goal here. Let's spread this very clearly racist rhetoric in order to justify mass deportation of immigrants from that community as well as the rest of the country. In a now viral debate moment, Trump said in Springfield they are eating the dogs. The people who came in, they are eating the cats. They're eating pets of the people that live there. It was okay. I've mentioned this before when we talked about the debate. I went into the debate because, again, this was kind of circulating around social media around the time. Like, mentions of it on social media really picked up around the time the debate was kind of like they're getting ready to start. And I remember before the debate started thinking, wouldn't it be like insane if Donald Trump actually mentioned this bullshit claim during the debate? And there was a moment like early in the debate where he mentioned Springfield, Ohio, and I'm like, oh, he's going to do it. And he didn't do it. But as the debate went on a little bit longer, Springfield, Ohio came up again, and sure enough, he mentioned the whole, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and it's just like, no, dude. No, this isn't really happening. This cannot be. What is going on? Vance, Trump's running mate, has defended the baseless claims while noting that he was willing to create stories to get media attention. We just reacted moments ago to that interview, and oh boy, that was interesting. Literally admitting that they're creating these stories in order to get the media's attention. Absolutely unbelievable. How could you trust them and want to elect them to be in office if they're willing to admit that they will fabricate stories just to get attention? It's unreal. DeWine, however, appears unwilling to let the falsehood spread. With Martha Raddatz of ABC News asked DeWine if he, as governor, sees evidence of Haitian immigrants eating pets, he replied, no, absolutely not. So now you have the governor of the state saying this is not happening. Okay, we've heard from the city mayor, we've heard from the city manager, we've heard from law enforcement in the town, all of which have all said there's no validity to these claims. And now we have the governor of the fucking state, the Republican governor, by the way, of the state saying this is bullshit, this is not happening, we need to stop spreading this bullshit claim. That's what the mayor said. That's what the chief of police said. And I think it's unfortunate that this came up. DeWine said that the Haitian immigrants in Springfield are legally in the U.S. under temporary protected status or TPS. So even the governor of the state's there, like, look, they're there legally, okay? They're not illegal immigrants. They are there legally. They came to Springfield to work, he said, adding that local businesses have praised them as good workers. I did see an interview of that somewhere. If I could find it, maybe we'll react to it in a later stream. But they were talking about how wonderful of like employees like the Haitian migrants are in the community. When asked specifically about Trump's role in spreading the stories, DeWine responded indirectly, look, there's a lot of garbage on the internet. This was a piece of garbage that was simply not true. There's no evidence of this at all, he added. So he literally doesn't want to point the finger at Trump and JD Vance, but let's be real, it's their fault, because like this would have stayed as like some social media conspiracy theory, but what got it really circulating and picking up steam is the fact that JD Vance and Donald Trump were parroting it. That's what really blew it up. Pressed again about what he would say to Trump, DeWine deflected and spoke instead about hate groups coming into Springfield. He said Haitian immigrants bring positive influences to Springfield, adding, any comment about that otherwise, I think, is hurtful and is not helpful to the city of Springfield and the people of Springfield. So here we have the governor of Ohio saying, we're seeing positive effects of these people being in our community. Not negative effects, positive effects. And again, let me remind you, this is a Republican governor making these statements. Business Insider previously spoke to Springfield locals who said the comments have created a tense and some said dangerous atmosphere in the town. You've literally made the town a dangerous place to live by spreading this bullshit racist propaganda. On Thursday, Springfield City Hall was temporarily closed over a bomb threat that used hateful language directed at Haitian immigrants in the community, the city's mayor told the Washington Post. We know what that means, hateful language. Literally racist comments were made in these threats against the city. DeWine, without naming Trump or Vance, said, this discussion just has to stop. We need to focus on moving forward, not dogs and cats being eaten. It's just ridiculous. DeWine's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Business Insider. So we have literally a Republican governor of the state of Ohio saying this is nonsense. We need to stop with this bullshit because it's not helping anyone. Like, literally, JD Vance and Donald Trump are creating enemies in their own party. Their own party doesn't see eye to eye with them. For fuck's sakes, Kamala Harris mentioned it during the debate. She has hundreds of Republican members of the Republican Party basically endorsing her. That's how bad they are, okay? I don't know how JD Vance or Donald Trump think they're going to win this thing, because when you have members of your own party endorsing the other side, you know you done fucked up. And this is just another example of how they're fucking up.